Alright, Mr. Lopez is back yet again with another video. Where we last left off is you just created your SAE project. We have our first year pig named Betsy here. Alright, now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a plan. Alright, because you can't just be raising an animal willy-nilly. You have to have some sort of plan. Some students ask me, Mr. Lopez, does raising a dog count as an SAE project? Well, it can, however, it depends how you define it. Because you can't simply just be raising a dog and it counts. It has to mean something. So what are you doing with this dog? Because what does count is maybe you're using this dog for a specific purpose. Maybe you're raising the dog to be a guide dog. Maybe you're raising the dog to be do a specific task. Like maybe you're raising it to compete in dog competitions. Yeah, technically that would count. But if you're just raising a dog and you got no plan whatsoever, then that doesn't count. It has to give you some sort of experience, and the way that you get that experience is by planning it. So for our raising our animals, the plan is, of course, is number one, students are trying to make money off of these things. So they plan out how they're going to make money on this thing. So let's go ahead and click on plan. That's a little pencil on there. Alright, so this first part is a very extensive, but all you gotta do is you're gonna be describing an overview of what your project is. Now what you can do easily is all you do is they already provide an outline for you. It's all of this here, okay? So here you just copy and paste onto here, and you're just gonna fill in the blanks, okay? So an outline of my project is blank. My project will start blank and end on blank. Okay, so now my project is raising a pig. How about, most importantly, a show pig for the Ventura County Fair. Alright, now this project will start on, usually if you're getting a pig, you're getting it in February. And making sure I spelled that correctly. February, I forgot the R. February, let's say 2020, and ending on the Ventura County Fair ends August 2020. Alright, so we have those filled out. Alright, your project goals, you want to have at least 3 of them. Alright, you don't have to have it lined out like this. You can have it lined out like this if you wanted to, because maybe that is a little neater. In fact, I'm going to do it this way. Maybe it's a little neater this way. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is just filling out some simple goals. Alright, so goal number one is my first goal is to ultimately gain experience in raising a pig. How about that? Because if it's your first animal, this is your first year, then it's going to be pretty simple goals, okay? My second goal is to earn a profit, which means make money, alright? Maybe if you have a third goal, then put that in there. Maybe you want to specifically, maybe a more personal goal. My last goal is to maybe become best friends with my pig. I don't know. Something. Alright? Make sure you have at least 3 goals, okay? Very simple ones, especially if it's just your first year. If it's your second year, your goals should be different, alright? You've already done this stuff. You gotta do something that's gonna push you to be better, alright? So make sure you put a goal that is something new, alright? You gotta stretch your abilities. Alright? Now, who is assisting you with this? Maybe my parents, or maybe Mr. Lopez is assisting me. Okay, the number one answer is probably Mr. Lopez. Okay, so Mr. Lopez or Mr. Gomez. All right, we're just gonna put Mr. Lopez for right now because I tend to watch most of these animal projects anyways. But Mr. Gomez is always there, and he's a very helpful person, and he's very knowledgeable about animal sciences as well. So you can also put him as well. But I would primarily put Mr. Lopez assisting me with the project. Help me through. Let's put FFA activities. FFA activities. Okay. But other than that, it is a showmanship as well. showmanship in terms of competitions and whatnot. So you can just fill in those blanks. In terms of project safety, important areas of safety include, all right, important areas could be like maybe keeping a clean pen. You can put like deworming your animal. I don't know, making sure, just put different things on here. It could be like walking your animal to make sure that they stay healthy and whatnot. There's a bunch of different things you can put. Alright, but pretty much once you have this and it's completely filled out, then you're good to go. But you're not done just yet. That's for your description. Now, it's time to go over to the next tab. Yes, there are 4 tabs of these. You're going to go to the next tab and you're going to put in time investment. Hey, but it's not that hard. All you have to do, again, is copy and paste onto here, and then fill in the blanks, okay? Maybe you want to spend, your goal is to spend 10 hours per week, alright, in raising a pig, alright? You don't even have to, don't worry about the template. You can change it up however you want. In fact, you can just write it up all yourself. My project time varies from month to month, but common activities are, it could be raising your, walking your pig, feeding your pig, washing your pig, alright? Those 3 are the 3 main ones, alright? I'm not going to type those in. You could probably type those in yourself. Key dates, events are my project. You might want to put the date of the Ventura County Fair, which I believe this year is August, but I know it's, I don't remember the specific date, but just put August 2020, alright? Maybe the date that you got your project would be like February, alright? Project time relates to career plan, which is, alright, what is, so of course, whatever your project is, whether it's raising an animal or not, maybe you're welding up a barbecue grill, or maybe you are doing a science experiment, how does this relate to your career? For many students, they want to become a doctors or veterinarians, or maybe they want to become a nurse, and then they're learning that stuff through their projects, alright? So what is your career goal? So you will put on here, maybe you want to become a, I don't know, a pig farmhand. That means someone that helps out at a pig farm. I don't know, something. Because does this goal, or are you just doing this just because, or are you doing this to better yourself? Maybe it's not that at all. And in fact, if it doesn't have to do anything with that, then you can just go ahead and delete it. That's perfectly fine. Now, financial investment. That's an important part. We're going to go over to this. Okay. Now, you see over here, there's a lot of writing to do. Alright. Now, if you don't want to copy all this and put it on here, then it's okay. All you have to do is you can just type it all out. Alright. So maybe you could say something like, let's see. In terms of financing my pig project, I am borrowing money from my parents. I agreed to pay them the amount borrowed at the end of my project. Alright, maybe that's usually the case for many students for their first year. Maybe I am earning my own money by working at, I don't know, let's say McDonald's, okay? Maybe you're working at McDonald's to earn money or to raise money for your project, okay? Maybe you are taking a loan, alright? You're taking a loan out to save up this money, alright? I am going to be using this money. So what is number 2? What are you going to be doing this on? Okay, so I'm going to be using this money on purchasing feed, equipment, many different things. So what are the different list off different things on what you're going to possibly be buying, and then lastly, I plan on selling my project. How are you gonna do it? Maybe if you're doing a barbecue grill, you're planning on selling it privately through another buyer, or maybe you're planning on selling it like at the farmer's market. So for many people that are raising animals, they're planning on selling it at the fair auction. And of course, excuse my my slight mistakes with spelling. It's kind of hard to do this at the same time, but pretty much you just want to put what are your plans. All right, I want you to fill this thing out. You don't always have to just use this. You can always just type it out yourself, especially if, and in fact, if you just type it out yourself, it tends to be a lot better. All right, now your learning objectives. Okay, all right, so this is where the ANFR skills, or the California State Standards, come to play. All right, this is we're going to be selecting about 3 of these things. Okay, so we're going to go over here to add and explore skill areas. Okay, so it's already selected animal systems for you. Maybe if you're doing a different project, it'll put it on for something else. So you're going to kind of be reading these things. You're going to be selecting the ones that you feel like, yeah, you know what, that's probably something that I'm going to be doing. So for example, like let's say, I know there's always one, like, let's say this one. Utilize industry tools to make animal nutrition decisions. Alright, that's a simple one. You have to feed your animal all the time, so maybe you have to think about, how much % crude protein is inside of my feed bag? Is it a starter feed or is it a finisher feed? For those of you that are veteran in raising animals, you're going to know that, and you're going to be like, I know how to make that decision. So that's probably one right there. So when you're feeding your animal, that's a good one right there. Analyze the nutritional needs of animals. Well, Mr. Gomez's class, in his veterinary science class, hopefully you learn about the nutrition of these animals and knowing those kind of things. Demonstrate management techniques that ensure animal welfare. So pretty much you're cleaning up their pen or whatnot. Analyze procedures. Well, you want to look through these things. You're probably not applying scientific principles to breed animals unless you are breeding them. Alright, so maybe you're breeding a pig, maybe you're breeding an alpaca. You're going to be putting this one. Alright, let's see. That one's for breeding animals. Let's see. Design and animal housing. So some of you probably built your pen or built your house. You're going to be putting that one on here. Select animals for specific purposes. So when you select your animals, you'll probably, because everybody has to choose their animal when they first buy it. So you might be using that one. Alright, and it doesn't hurt to select as many of these. Just pick the ones that you think that you're probably going to be using. Okay. Let's see. Analyze biosecurity measures. Evaluate. I'd say, you know what, we are pretty good in terms of what we have so far. Where's the one? Let's see. Evaluate development implications. I'd say that we're pretty good for right now. All right, let's keep on reading through these things and pick up the ones that you want to use. So we're gonna save and back to SAE plan. Okay. All right. Now there is a little catch, of course. If you picked a bunch of them, that means you're going to have to write a description for every single one of these. So pretty much you're just going to write a goal on how you are going to achieve this California State Standard. So for right here it says demonstrate management techniques to ensure animal welfare. Okay, I am going to reach this goal by let's see, let's say by ensuring that my animal pen is always clean. Their food is always the most optimal. Optimal meaning the best feed selection in terms of my animal's growth. And you just gotta type in a few things on here, and don't just copy what I'm saying. Make sure you're putting it in your own words. These goals have to be your goals and how you meet this. Analyze the nutritional needs of animals. You can put like determine whether the feed is a starter feed or finisher feed, and when to appropriately feed them. Let's see. But that could also be. Let's see. Animals by nutritional needs. So also that's also keeping data on the rate of gain of this animal. Every week we have to weigh the animals to calculate their rate of gain and how much they're gaining, so that way we know how much to feed them. So that's important stuff. Using nutritional tools to make nutritional decisions. Oh, well that would be right over here. So that would be to keep the rate of gain. So I think that goes right over here. Oh, I guess I couldn't do that. Well, anyways, keeping record of the animal's rate of gain. Alright, there's quite a different things you have to do. So make sure that select and train animals, that's walking them, washing them, all those different things like that. This is all important stuff. So make sure that you you pretty much put as much as you can, maybe 2 to 3 sentences on each one. Alright, that's what we're going to want to see. It's 2 to 3 sentences. That's going to be your assignment for today, is just completing all those things. That's a lot for today, honestly. I'd say that we're going to go ahead and save all and return. And you can see right there, now your pencil check mark is green. That's exactly what we want to see. Alright, you're done with today's first assignment. Man, did that take quite a little while. Well, that's okay. The next part is going to be budgeting our project. So that means, how are you going to afford this thing, and what are you going to buy, and how much are you going to sell this for? That's going to be the next part of the project. Let's go ahead and leave it off for right now. Hopefully that will give you some time. This video was helpful in terms of plotting that out. If there are things that are not covered in this video, then go ahead and ask your teacher right now about those kind of things. Perfect.